Thank you. Senator Barrasso.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Madam Secretary, I want to thank you for your incredible commitment to this country as First Lady, as a member of this body, as well as Secretary of State. And as a doctor, I will tell you, I have seen you work yourself to exhaustion, not for your own benefit, but for the benefit of the people of this country, and the country is grateful for that. I, like you, agree that we need to make sure that something like this never happens again. And I've kind of looked at it like the Challenger explosion, where we lost those 7 astronauts because of an O-ring and problems there. And they said, well, we didn't see it coming, but we could have seen it coming and should have seen it coming. As you said, you never saw the security request. Vice President Biden in the presidential debate said no one told us. I mean, the concern is that we should have been seeing these sorts of things. There were the attacks on the British ambassador. There were the attacks on the Red Cross that they pulled out of Benghazi. There were attacks on the consulate itself, and yet we had no evacuation plan established, in spite of the fact that months earlier in Libya we had to, I think, get an Italian ferry boat to be able to get people out who were in danger, who were diplomats at the time. So those are the concerns. We want to make sure that there's security for our ambassadors, which gets to the issue of, we talk about what happened on the talk shows, and they said the best information was what was best available at the time. You know, the American people heard we had a substantial security presence. They heard we obviously did have a strong security presence. They heard obviously there was a significant security presence. And I just believe that that wasn't the case. And I would ask you today if you believe that we had a significant, substantial, and strong security presence in Libya at that time, because we want that for all of our ambassadors.
Right. Well, Senator, we had a security presence that was mutually reinforced with the annex. We had, as you rightly point out, and others before you, previous incidents, not only against our compound, but against the British, the Red Cross, and others. And what we, what we have accepted from the ARB recommendation is that even though there was a back and forth in the cables and discussions, do you need 3 DS agents or do you need 5? We had 5 there, but we had an unprecedented attack. As one of the former RSO's regional security officers testified, an attack that truly was not expected, even though on that night we had the requisite number of DS agents. So, we can get mired in the back and forth, but I believe we will be doing more to help prevent future tragedies and attacks if we take the ARB recommendations, because after all, they had no stake in this debate one way or the other. They just wanted to look at the facts, which they did an excellent job doing, and then tell all of us what we needed to do, and that's what I think our highest responsibility is.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. Thinking about future attacks and trying to prevent those, on September 12th, the President vowed to, quote, bring to justice the killers who attacked our people in Benghazi. So we asked the question, and Senator Risch talked about, were the people that perpetrated the recent attacks in Algeria, were they part of this, or were they perhaps emboldened because no one has yet paid a penalty for the attack on our facility in Benghazi? And how can we make sure that people are actually brought to justice there?
Well, I believe that, well, I know that the FBI has been briefing some committees. I assume members or staff of this committee are included. I don't know that, but I would assume, about the progress of their investigation. I got the most recent update from the director just a few days ago when he returned from North Africa. They are following some very promising leads and putting together cases. They would have to speak to you directly about that in a classified setting. But I think what they are trying to determine is how best to respond. And I think what the President clearly said is we will respond and we will bring those to justice. And I don't think anybody should doubt this President at his word. We have some very good examples that it may take time, but he does not in any way divert attention from the goal of bringing them to justice.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. The President also said al-Qaeda has been decimated, and in light of the recent terrorist activities that we continue to see in North Africa, around the world, would you characterize that as al-Qaeda has been decimated?
Well, core al-Qaeda certainly has been. I think you would hear the same from the intelligence community or DOD. The work that has been done in Afghanistan and the borders areas between Afghanistan and Pakistan certainly has taken out a whole cadre of leadership. What we're seeing now are people who have migrated back to other parts of the world where they came from primarily, who are in effect affiliates, part of the jihadist syndicate. Some of them, like al-Qaeda in the Islamic Maghreb, use that name. Others use different names. But the fact is they are terrorists. They are extremists. They have designs on overthrowing existing governments, even these new Islamist governments, of controlling territory. So although there has been the decimation of core al-Qaeda in the Afghanistan-Pakistan region, we do have to contend with the wannabes and the affiliates going forward.
Thank you, Madam.